Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel, and today I'm doing my Candyman ranking. We finally have 4 of these films to rank and discuss now, so if you do enjoy the video, by any chance, do go down there and hit the like button. Please subscribe if you are brand new around here. Let's hop right into this ranking. Coming at number 4 is Candyman Day of the Dead. Now, Day of the Dead, I don't think this is the worst Candyman, but it's close to being one of the worst Candyman movies. And let me explain why I personally feel like Day of the Dead is really not that the greatest thing. It did introduce something that was pretty cool, and that was this cult. But a few minutes in, and that's just thrown out the window. There's nothing new here. They really don't give Candyman Tony Todd any new lines. It's just nothing new, nothing original, nothing new for this franchise. They give us something new, but they don't continue on with it in this film. So number 4, Day of the Dead. Number 3 is Candyman 2, Farewell to the Flesh. Now, I feel like Farewell to the Flesh is kind of getting a following now. I actually like Farewell to the Flesh, but I feel like part 1 did everything better. You know, I do like the new environment. I thought it was smart to change up the environment in part 2. I thought that was smart to change up the environment. And just part 2, it's okay. You know, it's okay. It's just kind of generic. Again, they could have gave Tony Todd, Candyman, some new lines, but mainly all the lines he says are lines from the previous movie. And that's nothing against Tony Todd. It's just the writers and the directors and the studio's decision not to give Tony Todd any more iconic lines, and that's really annoying. Because I personally feel like Candyman is just as iconic as Michael, Chucky, Jason. Do I need to continue? Now, we are on to number 2 and number 1, and I'm going to say this right now. I will probably make some people upset where number 2 and my number 1 land at. I had a very hard time deciding where would number 1 and number 2 go at. But for right now, number 2 would have to be the original Candyman. I know this may be controversial, but you know, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know I love the original Candyman. I think it's a masterpiece. The score is great. Again, Candyman to me, is a iconic slasher, just as iconic as Chucky, Leatherface, Pinhead. Again, like I just said a few minutes ago, do I need to continue? He's just as iconic and just as memorable. And he has some really cool lines in this. Tony Todd does a great performance, and I'm so glad that more than likely this movie will get more talk now since the new movie has came out. So if you haven't seen the original Candyman, go check it out. It is a masterpiece. That's my number 2, is the original Candyman that I love. But number 1 is Candyman 2021, the recent Candyman that I just saw a few days ago, that I did a regular review for and a spoiler review. This was obviously my first Candyman in the cinema, so already has a little bit of nostalgic there for me. But not only that, this Candyman, it's just amazing. Like, the ending, I'm not going to spoil it, the ending was the icing on the cake for me. Again, this is how you do a direct sequel. This is how you do a direct sequel. You promote it and treat it as a remake, but you're still continuing on from the previous movie, and I think that's brilliant. And I just love, this new Candyman. They understand, this director, she understood, she understands Candyman. Jordan Peele, they all understand Candyman and this world and this lore, and what they set up towards the end of this movie. It's amazing to me what they set up, because what they could do for future sequels and future installments. It doesn't even have to be set in Chicago in part 2. It could be set somewhere else in a different state, or maybe even in a different country. They really nailed that Candyman is a urban legend. They really know that he's an urban legend. He's a curse. Like, they really hit that on the head, and I love that. Like, they totally nailed that, and I love that. Candyman 2021 is my number 1. I'm not gonna lie, there could be some days where it's my number 2, but I just love Candyman 2021. If you haven't seen it, go to your go to your local cinema and go see it, because again, I still can't get over that ending. And I'm not gonna talk about it too much. Go check out my spoiler-free review, or if you have seen the movie, check out my spoiler review. But yeah, number one is the newest Candyman. I just love the newest Candyman. And by the way, it performed very well for Universal, and it is a hit for Universal. So yeah, there's that as well. So that's my Candyman ranking. Number 4 was Day of the Dead. Number 3 was Candyman 2, Farewell to the Flesh. And number 2 was the original Candyman, the classic. And number 1 was Candyman 2021. I just love Candyman 2021. What they did with the message, what they did with the story, what they did with everything. I loved it. So that is my Candyman ranking as of right now. So if you enjoy the video, go down there and smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you are brand new around here, hit that notification button, never miss a single upload or live, and I will catch you guys in the next video.